Hello, this is Liam, the author of the Babe Ruth Bucket, Myths and Truths of Tax-Free Retirement. You can catch up with us at lcitaxfreeretirement.com, or you can call me, 866-848-7688. We're going to talk today about the reasons for inflation and why you should plan it in your retirement. So we're going to talk a little bit about what happens if inflation, is changing and you're not ready for it. Okay, things happen all the time. So right now the interest rates are really, really low. So if you have a house, a lot of people are refinancing their homes. Okay, if you have reverse mortgages, some people are refinancing those and getting good interest rates. Some people are buying cars and trucks and things like that, and it's a good thing. But when that changes, and if that changes, you need to be aware of how you make your decision. Obviously, you make them a little bit different. Yes. All right. Well, let's look at an overview of cost push and then demand pull. Okay, cost push is when the cost of providing goods and services go up and the businesses pass these increases on to the consumer. Okay, so one example is minimum wage. When they want this $15 an hour, that's going to come from somewhere. Yes. Well, guess what? Milk's going to go from $1.42 to what? $2.42. Right? Okay, if you want to see, let's say gas goes back from $2 to $4, what happened? Well, those companies still have to drive the trucks, to drive the food, to drive to your store so you can eat. So didn't prices go up? They did, didn't they? Okay, so you have to understand that cost push is what happens when that circumstances arises. Now, demand pull is when the demand for something rises, and then so does the cost. So where is the shortage of food, gas, water, and housing and other good services? It also creates an increase in cost the same way. Whenever there's a surplus of a good or service, it drives prices down. So in other words, like right now, people can't find lettuce, right? You can't even get lettuce at Wendy's, okay? So that would cause a problem, and that would oranges get frozen in Florida. What happens to the orange prices, right? So when you have these type of things, you have to make sure you're planning to either eat something different, pay a little bit more, or maybe even change your lifestyle on some of the choices that you're making, okay? Regardless of when this occurs or how it occurs, okay, and how long it lasts, the expanding and contracting of the value of the dollar is important. It's an important thing for you to understand, especially when you're doing retirement. In other words, if I'm making $1,500 a month now, that doesn't mean you will still be doing that in 10 years, okay? So if you look at the cost of goods and the cost of retirement, you have to do the same thing. Now, this is, if you can follow me on this, a little bit complicated. If I'm doing $1,500 a month now and I go to $2,000 a month, I should do the same thing as if I was buying goods and services. In other words, if I was buying milk and it was a higher cost, I would make a different decision. So why am I not making the same decision if I'm making more money? Why am I not putting more money into my retirement, right? Okay, so and then on the opposite trend, let's say that my job changes and I want to go someplace else and maybe I'm making less money. Well, now I just tweak my investment the same way. I put a little bit less in it, but I continue to invest, yes? You're not going to stop eating just because food went up. You're just going to buy a little bit less. You might eat a little bit less, but you're still going to need to eat, correct? Well, why should retirement be any different? Okay, and that's a mistake I think people make, is that as the times change, as their income changes, good or bad, they quit retirement completely. Now, I understand if you're in a situation where you get divorced, or where maybe a spouse dies, or where a child needs, maybe your child gets cancer. I understand this. Again, our big thing over here is circumstances changes all of our lives. I understand that. I got a client that sold his business for a big chunk of change, and now he works for the guy that sold the business, and then his ex-wife found out about it. She sued him. He lost half of that, and now he's losing half his income, and he's in the professional world. He was making a good living, is making $400 a week now. You think his life didn't change? He called me the other day and said, hey, I can't do my investment anymore. I can't put in the $500 a week I was putting in because I don't even make that a week anymore. And he was devastated. But we were able to structure his plan to go to $50 instead of $500 a week and at least still be putting something in it. Now, he'll eventually get out of this mess, okay? All right. But now he's got to pay lawyers. He's got to pay, again, divorce is a horrible, horrible thing. And the people that work on the other side, the attorneys and judges, you people are evil. You're evil, evil people. And I bet people shaking their head out there. You're absolutely right. If you've ever been through it, those people are nasty. Okay? They destroy lives. They destroy children. They destroy families. I don't care how you slice it. But if you have the right person helping you in your financial matters at that time, you can survive. You can survive. Somebody needs to care because they don't. And don't think that both lawyers are out playing golf and the judge is having a big cow laugh whenever you walk out of the room, because they are. And I'm sorry if that truth hurts, but that's the truth. Okay, a lot of people have been through that, and I'm telling you, it's devastating. Try to avoid it. Okay, and I'm just giving you that. That's my little pot. But let's look at, again, just because life becomes devastating doesn't mean you have to change looking for the future. Change the way you're getting there. It's not going to stay this way. It doesn't always stay bad. It gets better, okay? When I wake up in the morning, me and my wife joke. Sometimes she'll say to me, she goes, I always tell people that she says to me, I can't stand you. And I said, why do you say that? She said, because from here on out, you're going to have a great day. and we laugh about that, but understand, every day's a new day. Every day's a new start. You may have lost a child. You may have got divorced. You may have lost your job. It doesn't mean you're not going to get to the finish line. We all go through paths in life. We all make wrong choices. We all make right choices. But the worst choice you can make when things are hitting you is just to give up and quit and not continue to do the things you're doing at a different level. We can help you do that. And then again, if it's the other way around and things are starting to pick up, that's when you want to roll. That's when you want to say, hey, I was paying this $50 a week for a while. I'm ready to get back up to $200. Let's get it going. Let's get myself back on track. I'm so glad that you guys had me do a little bit and I didn't worry about it. And we do that, you'll be fine. Your strategy will be fine. Okay? Once again, thank you for watching us today. This is Liam, the author of the Babe Ruth Bucket, Myths and Truths of Tax-Free Retirement. If you'd like a copy of the book, it's 866-848-7688. And if you'd like to check us out online, we're lcitaxfreeretirement.com. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next Babe Ruth Bucket podcast.